Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to create a drawing file or a multi-view file from your part in Fusion 360. So we have our part drawn up, finished, ready to multi-view or make a drawing file. What I'm going to do is come over here to the file menu, click this drop down and do new drawing. We're going to do a new drawing from design. Now, contents, full assembly. If you've got separate items that you can do it, but we want our full assembly. We're going to create a new drawing. We have a from scratch template. We hadn't created any templates for our drawing files yet, so we'll worry about that later. Standard ASME units, inches. Here's the key, sheet size. See how it says B, 17 by 11. We want our paper to be A, 11 by 8.5. Do not do 8.5 by 11. This is portrait mode. We want 11 by 8.5 or landscape mode. This is going to be very, very important when you actually print out your paper. Let's hit OK. And here's our drawing file. All right. The first thing we're going to do is place our base view. It already comes up for us. Orientation, it has our front view oriented. Okay. Our scale, this says 1:4. Now, if your base view is not your best front view, you need to change your orientation so that it shows it. All right. Change the scale to be an appropriate scale to properly fill up the paper. We have these options here. So I'll place my base view. And I'm going to hit OK. Now we need to do our other views. Remember that the number of views you make depends on the number of dimensions you need to do, but for our sake, I'm going to do all of ours. We want now to project a view. We're going to select our parent view, aka the one that we're projecting from. Then you move the mouse to wherever you're projecting a view from. We're going to project our top view here. Click to place. Notice that it's still projecting views as long as we're selected. I'm going to select side view, click to place, and I'm going to place my asymmetric view here. Click to place. Let's hit OK. I'm actually going to, you can click and drag these. I'm going to move this around. A few things that we want to do just to set this up to look nice. I'm going to double click my isometric view. Once again, we can look at our style from our parent visible edges. We want shaded. Changes in real time. Here's our shaded view. Looks great. We're not worried about this. We can deal with that later. This just chooses visibility. We're going to hit close. Notice down here in our title block, we want to click and change these. Project, select. All right, this is coming from titles that's already filled in based on the project that you've saved it in, the title of your file that you have, any of this type of things. If you need to change it, you can. So project choice, maybe I'm doing our desk buddy. All right. Notice that this should have your date and the day it was drawn. Some of this information is automatically filled in for you, which is great. I'll click Finish Properties. Other things we want to do is now add our annotations, our dimensions, okay? We have ordinate and dimensions. There's a bunch of different ways that we can do it. All right. I'm just going to use the basic dimension so that I can select points between which I want. So say here to here. So we clicked our 2, we pull it out, click once to place. Remember that you need to have dimensions between appropriate views. Let's say I now wanted to dimension this entire line though. If I just click this one line, notice it does the whole line. I pull it out, click to place. I can select an endpoint and an endpoint. And there, I have selected all the necessary dimensions. One final thing that we'll make a note of. Notice that if you if you have a drawing, a view without any dimensions on it, because they could be placed on all the other ones, not including isometric, we do not dimension this. I'm going to delete that view because it is unnecessary. Now, save your drawing file, same project, our name, and there's a few things that we can do with it. You can either print this file. If you have a printer yourself, that's going to be hard to do. What I would do is do an output of PDF, all sheets, hit OK. And now you can save the PDF file. And if you need me to print the PDF file out so you can use it for a tracing or anything like that, you can email it to me. But that is how you create a drawing file, add your basic dimensions, and then export your drawing file into something usable with the Fusion 360 online.